You're watching DX Recaps, the place where we break down movies fast, clear, and spoiler-packed. Whether you missed it, forgot it, or just want a quick refresh, we've got you covered. Let's get into the story. When the world was still young, a war erupted in the heavens. The immortals discovered they possessed the power to kill one another, and this revelation plunged them into brutal conflict. During this divine war, a powerful weapon known as the papyrus bow was lost and fell into the human world. When the war finally ended, the victors became the gods, while the defeated were cursed and transformed into the titans. Imprisoned deep within the mountains of Tartarus, one night, a young virgin oracle jolts awake from a terrifying vision. Her companions rush to her side, asking what she saw. She reveals that she witnessed King Hyperion freeing the titans from their prison. She believes the king seeks the papyrus bow so he can overthrow the gods and rule mankind. Moments later, Hyperion's massive army marches to the monastery gates, and the king storms inside. He demands to see the oracle, but a priest blocks his path, warning that defying the gods will bring divine punishment. Hyperion angrily asks where the gods were when his wife and child were dying despite his daily prayers. When the priest cannot give a satisfactory answer, Hyperion burns him alive and declares that the age of the gods is coming to an end. Elsewhere, in a quiet Hellenic village, Thesius lives with his mother. One day, warning bells ring as villagers gather in the square. Commander Helios announces that Hyperion has seized the Sibylline monastery and that his army is advancing. The villagers are ordered to evacuate to Mount Tartarus behind the Great Wall. As the evacuation begins, Thesius and other peasants are forced to remain behind due to their low birth. Enraged, Thesius clashes with a soldier named Lysander, overpowering 5 soldiers at once and taking Lysander hostage. Helios intervenes, promising Thesius that the peasants will be protected the following day. Trusting him, Thesius releases Lysander. Helios then asks Thesius to join the army, but Thesius refuses, accusing the nobles of abandoning people like him whenever it suits them. He later visits his old teacher, who refuses to flee and says he would rather die quickly by Hyperion's blade than slowly in hiding. He urges Thesius to take up arms against evil. That night, as the old man sleeps, he senses a presence and reveals his true form, Zeus himself. His visitor is his daughter Athena, who asks why he's been guiding Thesius. Zeus admits that only Thesius can unite humanity against Hyperion, but the choice must be his alone. After evacuating the nobles, the army leaves Lysander and other commanders behind to protect the peasants. Instead, Lysander murders the commanders and rushes to Hyperion, offering his loyalty. Hyperion rejects him as a traitor, caring only about the oracle's location. Still, he allows Lysander to join, on one condition. Lysander is castrated, ensuring no more cowards like him will ever be born. The next day, while Theseus trains in the hills, he sees smoke rising from his village. He races back to find Hyperion's army slaughtering the peasants left behind. He sees soldiers about to kill his mother and attacks in a fury, killing several men before being overwhelmed. Hyperion then slits his mother's throat in front of him and orders Theseus sent to the salt mines as a slave. From Mount Olympus, the gods watch as Hyperion destroys monasteries in search of the papyrus bow. Zeus reminds them that divine law forbids interference unless the titans are released, warning that any god who aids humans will be executed. One day, 4 oracles are captured and brought to the same prison as Theseus. When the virgin oracle accidentally touches Theseus, she receives a vision of him standing beside Hyperion amid Greece's ruins. She immediately tells the others they must escape that night. During their ritual, guards interrupt them, but the oracles kill the soldiers. 3 stay behind to protect the virgin oracle, Phaedra, who frees Theseus and the prisoners. Together, they escape. The next morning, one of the escapees, Stavros, spots a merchant ship. They plan to steal it and head north to stop Hyperion, but discover it's filled with enemy soldiers. Outnumbered, they prepare for death. Defying Zeus's orders, Poseidon crashes into the sea, summoning a massive tidal wave that destroys the ship. And soldiers, guided by Phaedra's visions, Theseus and his group survive. Later, Theseus asks Phaedra what else she's seen. She tells him she saw him embracing Hyperion, and also a dead body. When Theseus explains his mother has died, Phaedra insists she must be properly buried. The group returns to the village. Meanwhile, Hyperion sends the Minotaur after Phaedra and orders his soldiers to ambush anyone remaining. After burying his mother, Theseus says goodbye to his village and destroys the temple. When he strikes the altar mound, he uncovers the papyrus bow. The Minotaur attacks, and outside, Hyperion's soldiers surround Theseus's friends. Despite being wounded, Theseus slays the Minotaur, cutting off its head. He then uses the papyrus bow to kill the surrounding soldiers and collapses. The next morning, Theseus awakens to Phaedra tending his wounds. She explains he was poisoned but will survive. The two have fallen in love and sleep together, and in doing so, Phaedra loses her virgin oracle status and her prophetic powers. Later that day, Theseus sets out with Phaedra, Stavros, and the monk to hunt down Hyperion and finally end his cruelty. When they reach Hyperion's camp, it is completely deserted. In the center, Phaedra discovers a massive bull-shaped idol. Inside it, she realizes her fellow oracle sisters were trapped and burned alive. Overwhelmed with grief, she breaks down in tears. The monk, consumed by rage, storms forward without realizing it's a trap. Theseus and Stavros try to stop him, but it's too late. Enemy soldiers suddenly surround them, and during the chaos, Theseus loses the papyrus bow to a trained dog. Just as defeat seems certain, Ares, the god of war, appears and annihilates the entire enemy force. Athena also arrives, providing the men with 2 horses and urging them to ride to Tartarus immediately to stop Hyperion. Suddenly, Zeus descends from the sky, furious at his children for interfering. Athena quickly apologizes, but Ares argues back. Enraged, Zeus strikes Ares down and kills him. He then turns to Theseus and warns him that no god will ever help him again. He must face what comes alone. Meanwhile, Hyperion and his army march toward the Great Wall of Tartarus. He questions Lysander about the defenses and number of soldiers before coldly dismissing him. The dog approaches Hyperion and delivers the papyrus bow. A soldier explains how the gods appeared and slaughtered their men, warning that this news could cause panic. Enraged and hungry for power, Hyperion kills the messenger to keep the truth from spreading. After learning how the gods intervened to save Theseus, Hyperion orders Lysander to dig up everything about him. He learns that Theseus is a bastard, born after his mother was assaulted by villagers. This revelation sparks Hyperion's interest. At the Great Wall, Theseus meets Helios and is brought before the council leader. He warns them that Hyperion now possesses the papyrus bow and urges them to seal the gates and prepare for war. The council leader refuses, denying both the threat and the existence of the gods. Soon after, the council is informed that Hyperion has sent an envoy to discuss peace. Strangely, the envoy requests to speak only with Theseus. During their meeting, the envoy reveals himself to be Hyperion. Confident of victory, Hyperion offers Theseus immortality if he joins him. Theseus refuses, saying that deeds, not flesh, are what make a man immortal, and walks away. The next day, both sides prepare for war. Hyperion steps forward and fires the papyrus bow. With a single arrow, he shatters the massive gates of the Great Wall. Panic spreads among the Hellenic soldiers. Some flee, others throw down their weapons. Amid the chaos, Theseus climbs the wall and delivers a powerful speech, reminding them that surrender would cost them not only their lives but their souls. Inspired, the soldiers regroup and charge into battle. A brutal war erupts. As fighting rages below, Hyperion strides through the gates and climbs the wall. The council leader approaches him, still hoping to negotiate, but Hyperion kills him without hesitation. He then aims the bow at the mountain of Tartarus and fires. Hearing the explosion, Theseus rushes to stop him, but arrives too late. The Titans are released. Stavros is gravely wounded, and when Theseus uses the bow against the Titans, they overwhelm and kill him instantly. The gods descend from the sky. Zeus retrieves the bow and leads the gods into battle against the Titans. Apollo and Hercules are killed. Poseidon fights bravely but also falls. When Zeus sees Athena impaled, he flies into a rage, and pulls the chains holding Tartarus together, collapsing the mountain to imprison the Titans once more. At the same time, Theseus battles Hyperion and finally defeats him. As Tartarus collapses, everything is buried beneath the mountain. Later, it is said that Theseus earned a place among the gods for his unmatched bravery. He is also honored through his son, Acamas. A massive monument is built in the village to honor Theseus. One day, Acamas stands before his father's statue when an old man approaches, the same man who once trained Theseus. He warns Acamas that the war in the heavens is coming again, and that his father will be there. Acamas looks to the sky and sees countless warriors clashing above. The war in the heavens has begun. And that's a wrap on today's recap. If you enjoyed the ride, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a plot twist. Got a movie you want recapped? Drop it in the comments below. This is DX Recaps. See you in the next one.